let's get started with our podcast.
Yes.
And we are here. We had this scheduled.
Yes.
Way before the events of this week.
Yeah. This week.
And we were supposed to be talking about wholeness.
We can still talk about that.
Rest and recuperation and the need for that as Black women. And then Tuesday happened. Which was the election.
Yes.
So now we have to talk about it. Because basically the concept is that we're not talking about it. But now we kind of have to talk about it because it has led to the overall focus of our podcast.
Correct.
Which is,
yes.
Should we say that?
Yeah. Well, the 3 H's, which I think you
say the
on.
3 H's.
So you said health, happiness, and healing.
Yes. That's what we were talking about from the beginning.
From the very beginning.
But now that the election happened, Black women all over the United States have basically said, we out.
Yeah, we're out of office.
Don't call me.
That's right.
Call somebody else.
Get somebody else to do it.
Get somebody else to do it.
Yes.
So now we have decided we're out of office.
We're out of office.
We're literally out of office.
Literally.
We are out of office.
Not in the office. We're in a studio. We're not at the office.
We are not.
The automatic reply. The automatic reply says,
auto reply is on.
Get somebody else to do it.
That's
right.
All day.
We're out of office.
We are at the mall. We're getting our nails done.
We're drinking wine.
Guess what? I'm at the spa. Don't call me.
I'm watching K-dramas.
You know what? I'm listening.
I'm getting my nails done.
I'm washing my hair.
I'm traveling. I'm living my best life.
But basically, the point is, we are out of office. So that is the whole focus of the podcast.
That's right.
This is our working title.
Yes, but I think it's going to stick because I feel like when we say we're out of office, we are collectively, because it's I know it's me and you chatting. And by the way, I'm Nikki, or no, I'm Nikki.
Yes, you are.
Yes, because that's
I'm
my
Nikki
nickname
too, but I'm Jayne.
That's right.
That's right.
That's where I got confused, because usually people call me Nicole, but I'm choosing Nikki because it's cute. But yeah, I'm Nikki,
and I'm Jayne,
and you're Jayne, and we're out of office, and I think even though it's me and you having this conversation, it's inviting.
Everybody, the collective we. If you too are out of office,
join us.
Or need to be.
Yes,
this is the podcast.
This is the
for
podcast
you.
that's going to guide you in how to be out of office.
That's right.
And it's a lifestyle podcast because we're going to cover all of the things. It's going to be a hodgepodge of things because that's just who we are naturally.
That's right.
But yeah, no, this week has been a week, right?
We have to talk about it. And we said we were going to set. I'm actually going to set.
Let's set a timer because listen, what we're not going to do is we're not going to spend this whole podcast talking about the shenanigans that happened on Tuesday.
No. We're going to spend. So you get your 2.5 minutes, and then I'm going to get mine. No more than 5 minutes because it has to be acknowledged because it's how we got here.
Correct.
So I'm going to set it for 5 minutes.
Correct.
Seriously, we're gonna set a timer.
No, set a timer.
Because we're done. Because like all my friends, they're like, we don't want to talk about it, but we have to acknowledge it. So this is a national tragedy that has happened. We need a moment of silence instead of silence.
Were you silent or silence?
I mean, what? Okay, were we silenced or silent? You know what?
It's a mixture of both.
National moment of being silenced. But anyway, go ahead. Go ahead. You got 2.5.
Okay, 2.5. I'm gonna be quick and straight to the point. It was a very low vibration moment on Wednesday morning.
Low vibration.
I woke at I think it was 6 a.m. Okay, the night before I already knew what was happening.
You did. I didn't watch.
I did. I was out with girlfriends and we were talking about other stuff. And then when I got home, my husband was sitting there chilling and we turned on. I forget what I think it was MSNBC because I liked what the Avengers I like to call them. It was Rachel Maddow, Joy Reid, Simone Sanders, yada, yada. Anyways, it was a very low vibration moment on Wednesday morning. And I literally woke up and I immediately knew that he had won. And Jackson, my husband, he was really good about, he's like, look, I see you doom scrolling. I see you going into the rabbit hole. I want you to understand. This was weeks before the election. He was like, I need you to understand that, because we have a 6-year-old. He's like, I need you to understand that, like, you can't bring, if he wins, you can't bring any of that here. Like, Lisbon needs to know that she's going to be okay. Like, she needs to be 6. So do whatever you need to do. So that morning, I spent 2 hours crying, upset. There was a range of emotions. Like,
when I got your message, I could hear it in your voice that you had been crying. You have 1 minute.
Okay, so listen. I've decided I cannot feel this way anymore. I have decided that about an election, or really about anything. Like I said, I felt disappointed. I was angry. It was a little bit of disbelief. I went through all the emotions. I went on TikTok. I went on IG. I saw the posts about what Black women should do. And a lot of it resonated with me. But you know where I landed at the end of the day? Literally at the end of the day on Wednesday, it was, we need to be okay no matter who's in office.
That's right.
Right? So with that said, I need to work towards that, being okay no matter what. So that means I need to enter my selfish era. That means self-care.
Double down.
Is of the utmost, because ultimately I don't want to feel that low vibration. The last time I felt that low vibration was with my ex. And so I'm treating America like my ex. Or I'm treating
like a bad relationship.
Or I'm treating the election like my ex. Like, I'm not talking to you. I'm shutting it down. We're not talking. We're not friends.
Right.
We cannot stay in touch. I am
you
going
got on no contact.
You're blocked. I'm moving on. And it's not that I'm giving up in the, like, I won't vote, or, you know, I won't be helpful or anything of that. It's just that I need to focus on raising my vibration.
That's right. Okay, boom.
That's it.
Boom.
And that means, focusing on me, because the last time I did this with my ex, when he dumped me,
glow up era,
I worked on myself. And then what came from that was I met my husband, and then we got married, and then I have my beautiful daughter, and I'm a beautiful family, and I'm living my best life. So that is my takeaway, that we need to be okay no matter what. And I actually have real opinions about what that should look like, but
that's what our podcast is for. Okay, so this is a kickoff. I mean, this basically is what next and how this all happens. So, okay, I have 1 minute, but I actually have 2 minutes. Okay, so but I can wrap this up quickly. But I wrote Black Girls Must Die Exhausted. I got the idea for it in 2016.
Right.
If there had been no election of Donald Trump, I do not know that the circumstances would have been such that I would have had the courage to meet the moment with a piece of art that was so deeply personal and soulful. It was from the soul. When I wrote that first novel, which has set the tone for my life. So now I'm a full-time author, and I am doing art to meet moments, you know, and the book that I just wrote, which I had no idea this was going to happen, but it was about healing. And I started writing that book in 2019. It just came out this year. So it's very fitting that it's a rom-com, you know, I'm writing what I want to write, but I'm like, there's all these fundamental underlying themes. And the book is really about healing. I realized like that's the next stop on the train, right? The development train. And I think what you're saying about we need to be in a place as people, and particularly as Black women, because that's how I live my life, where no matter what happens, we're going to be okay. And we feel that way, that we don't wake up in the morning, the morning after, listening to Marvin Sapp talking about he has his hands on you, crying at stoplights, going to get coffee. I'm not saying that was me. But I'm not saying it was me. I'm not saying that was me with my head on the the person's head on the steering wheel. Hilarious. Waiting for the stoplight, like trying to, you know, like sniff out and dab the tears away. You know, going to get coffee because I had to go to work just like everybody else on Wednesday. But that was me. And that's okay. That was me.
And that's totally fine. We needed to go through that.
Well, we're still going through it. But I think the purpose, but again, just like in 2016 and then 2018 with that book, I think even though we had planned to do this podcast about healing, I don't think we would have had any way to know that the need would have met us in the moment that we had decided to do it. And I've seen so many Black women in particular saying what I think we have needed to say, that we're out. We out. Don't call me. I'm done. Like I'm not done forever. And I've gotten probably, I don't know, 10 emails and messages talking about the battle's not over, the fight's not over. Duh. You know, like I know that.
I mean,
but it's over today.
Listen, I will say that this is going to be a thing that will evolve over time. As of the Friday after the election results, I am more concerned about what my fall shopping list looks like.
Right? For Christmas, how are you decorating? And that should be the conversation.
Yeah, like point. I'm focused on that. I'm focused on what my nails are going to look like for Thanksgiving.
As they should be.
I already have my Christmas nails.
Okay. Oh, we need to do the fit check. Wait, hold. We got to do the check-in.
Okay, we'll do the check-in.
So I'm going to say, the last thing I would say about that is when people say, I just saw that people wasted no time. Like, I just think it's this gut reaction, like, oh, it's time. We've got to prepare for battle. Oh, we've got to go right into the. It's like we need to stop, and we need to have time for mourning, to mourn this. This is a national tragedy. We had a Black woman who was overprepared, qualified and beyond, who is the sitting vice president of the United States, stand next to a convicted felon who had the office before and squandered it to the tune of millions of lives lost, oversaw a pandemic that was disastrous. We know exactly what he did and what he said he was going to do.
Yeah, and we know even with the second term what he's going to do. But I want to say something real quick. I think it's also really important because I heard a lot of people say, like, you have to work twice as hard and it's still not enough. We also need to stop with the narrative that we need this validation from the outside that we are enough. Because as far as I'm concerned, we are more than enough.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So this loss is not a loss of saying that Madam VP wasn't enough.
Right.
It's really just a moment in time where individuals really believed that what he was saying, what he was promising was more important to them, whatever it was to them, whether it's the economy, whether it's white male fragility. I don't know and I don't care. The point is that at the end of the day, I want to highlight what we were able to do in 107 days.
Yeah.
We launched a very successful campaign. Yes, she may not have won, but check it. She had 100 days.
Right.
And we raised $1 billion.
Right.
Right? Like Win with Black women in entertainment, all white dudes for Harris, all of this stuff. Like we really collectively.
It was a beautiful moment. And I think to kind of wrap this up, because we said we were only going to take 5 minutes. That's right. To wrap this up, I will say that there are, whatever the final vote count will be, right? For her, there are that many tens of millions of people who are part of the we. Right. And when we talk about we're out of office, as Black women, we're having this conversation. But I think that there's a big we. And I think that we deserves this that we're exploring, which is the recuperation, the rejuvenation, the moving forward, and the rehabilitation and the pathway back to joy that is much more stable joy than what I think it was. Because I think a lot of people who are as upset as we are and more upset are also in a place where this election, no election should affect. Nobody should be so vulnerable in this country that elections would affect them at the level that we feel like we do. It's not a winner or loser. It's really fearing for one's safety and well-being that comes from this that really shouldn't happen. It's not just a sadness for the soul of the country. It's a sadness and a concern for the safety and well-being of someone, of your family, in a very visceral and proximate way. And I think we shouldn't, that shouldn't be the case. And to deal with that and to manage that, you have to draw into yourself and do that self-care and healing. So to that point, let's get to what we're really focused on now, which I want to start with my I See You Girl.
Oh.
I See You Girl.
Okay.
The hair.
Oh,
the
my
fit.
God.
Wait, the nails. We need to talk about the nails.
The nails. These are old, actually, but I go to a place called Femme Fatale Nails.
Amazing.
On Ventura.
I love the gold and the
drip. This was
the
my
gold drip. I mean, that's like the drip and then the drip. The drip is the drip.
The drip is the drip. Yeah, these I've been my stylist or my nail tech, Lee.
Yes.
She's been doing my nails for the past. How long have I lived here? I would say 6 years.
Amazing.
She is just great, and these nails are old. I got these done.
Now, is that the stiletto size?
Yes,
or
kind of, yeah.
Stiletto nail. Okay, I'm just learning.
Stiletto nail, this
learning.
burgundy. I got these on like weeks ago. I really do need to get them up fixed for Thanksgiving, and then of course Christmas. I already have a design that I'm very excited about with nail jewels and all the things.
Oh, so you've already your nails are always about. So mine obviously are not done. Will be the next podcast.
The next time you'll have them done.
I will have something to talk about. But as a writer, so I'm always typing. I'm working on a book right now, and I cannot type with nails. I mean, I know people can't. I can't. And I'm just like, so I use press-on nails because when I want to go out and be cute.
But your press-on nails, I've found like I remember when it was an event for a book that you did or you wrote a letter.
Oh, it was Black Love Letters, John Legend's book.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. And your mom. How's your mom doing?
She's sad, but she's good. See, we're not going back to that. But
we're not put that where? In the words of Wendy Williams? Back there.
It's back there.
So
my mom is great.
She's great.
She's thriving.
I miss Wendy. Okay, anyways, focus. But your press-on nail game is really cool because I actually wish I could just put nails on myself. I can't do this. I don't have the patience.
Oh, see, but it takes 2 seconds and then I can soak them off and then go right back to the keyboard.
See, that's cute. But then the thing is, when I don't have the nails, I feel a little weird. So I'm so used to these nails.
I like it when I have the nails. I'm just like clacking everything. I just feel special. Like I feel like I have activated a new level.
You just be putting your hands.
And I already talk with my hands anyway, so it's just like
so you be extra with it.
And I know I'm cute when you know you're cute.
Like,
you know
you're cute.
You know when you're doing it.
And I see you in that orange.
Okay, girl.
Orange is a nice color on you.
Thank you.
It's a very nice color on you.
I'm trying to bring joy with these bright colors.
Can we talk about the hair though? Because I know that
wash and go.
You just did a challenge
I just started my YouTube channel and I'm doing wash and goes. I said I was going to do 30 wash and goes to try to master this.
Because I cannot do this.
So I am learning, but I have tried at least 7. No. I think I've tried 10 different product combinations so far my goal is to have a wash and go where I can wash my hair, wash and condition in the shower, put one styler on and have an hour drying time. So styling more than 30 minutes and no more than 1 hour of drying time. And that's my whole situation. I have not achieved the nirvana of that yet, but I am trying all these different combinations. So this one is like my old faithful with this gel and a hair curling cream.
Because the curls
are curling.
Popping.
The curls are popping.
The curls are popping.
I did do one new thing today, which was I went to BeautyCon over the weekend.
Oh, that's right.
And I got the whole big beauty bag.
Okay, talk about
the bag. And there was
a
hairspray in the bag, which is called... Oh my gosh, I can't. Next time I'll say what it was because I can't. It's something blonde. It's like it wasn't for me. I'm like, this isn't for me.
Right.
But I was like, I'm gonna try this because I want some volume. So I did spray the roots, and honestly, it was a flexible hold spray, and it gave me that extra extension and lengthening and volume that I was looking for. So I'm glad you.
No, the curls are popping.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll ever.
You could do this.
No.
This is okay. Well, we'll see.
No.
This is something that we can. You're like, that ain't gonna be it.
No.
But I think we could.
But I appreciate you. I appreciate what you're doing. You're doing the Lord's work. There are people who are watching this that will love hearing more about this.
Look, I have.
That is not my ministry.
Okay, that's not your ministry.
No.
I feel like if I can crack the code to this, I will have done something on behalf of all curly kind. So that is.
I love this. I love it because.
Thank you.
No.
You're like, no.
I'm just
not gonna
not.
work for me.
And I really, really love my hairstylist.
I love your hair is fabulous. I mean, there's this whole thing now of the straight natural now that people are going straight. I'm like, it's all whatever works for you. Like, you just have to be in a place where you are comfortable with how you look and the process that it takes to achieve that look.
Exactly.
So we're going to see. Also, if not for my first book, I would never have gone natural. I didn't even know what my hair texture was before I started writing the Black Girl series.
Oh, so my goodness, really?
It gave me the courage to wear my natural hair out. And I just remember the day where I was like, forget it. I'm not going to do this. Because I think I was wearing, I don't know what I think I crochet braids and I just got tired and I didn't want to redo the braids. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to wear my hair out. And I was like, I was meeting a friend that day and I was late and I was like, forget it. I'm just going to do it. She's like, your hair looks great. And I was like, it does. And then I didn't feel like it did, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna wear this to work. And I was writing about a character doing the exact same thing, wearing her natural hair to work.
That's right.
And so I was like, how can I write this character and not do this myself? Like, if she can do it, it's just so weird how life imitates art in a way. Like and I've heard from a lot of other women that some reading that book and meeting that character and taking that journey with her, they found courage that they didn't think they would have. So I think all good things sometimes come from self-expression and being in a tough situation and trying to meet the moment.
Totally agree.
With the best that you have.
I think when I decided to go natural, I don't know what it was. I think I was just tired of just spending time in the salon. And I don't remember much, but I do remember Jackson cutting the straight ends.
Of your hair?
Yeah, he helped me do the big chop.
He did?
He did. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, my husband's white.
Oh
very
yeah, I'm
white.
like that. Okay, see that's I don't know. We got to bring people into the
very white. He is from Oregon, but I like to think that he was woke before it was a thing. But anyways, I remember asking him.
He's part of the we.
He's definitely part of the we. Because if it wasn't for him to tell me, like, yo, you need to figure it out before the election results come in. Like, he's very good at he will tell you the reason why people say I'm relaxed in Jackson is because I don't let the outside world bother me. Mm-hmm. I care about you and our daughter, journaling, running, wine, and that's it. And that's why the world doesn't affect him. And he's like, I just want to create space for you.
I love that.
He's always been supportive, very extremely supportive. I'm so thankful for him.
Job.
He did. He helped me with my big job.
Having a good man is really important. My boyfriend, I have to big that up because I feel like not having good support and then now having good support does it's a world of difference. It just makes
your life easier. And I will say that, like, I'm not saying that, oh, you need to get you my me.
No.
But also, my me.
You're so cute. Well, but you've had when you have that long history, it's genuine. I feel like when it's not genuine, when it's like the my man. And I cannot stand somebody who defines themselves by their relationship. Please miss me.
Because even if you like go to my IG page, I think I say like, actually, I think I said child of God. Then I probably say wife, mom, and then what I do for a living.
Right.
And it's in that order. Like, I think it's really important to yes, finding a partner is a good thing, but it's also really important to be yourself apart from that partner.
Right.
And, I'm not just one thing. I'm many things all at once.
But you're talking about your partner from the perspective of how that person's supporting who you are and who you need to be.
Correct.
And I think that is where we need to start measuring and not saying this person financially supports in these, conventional, traditional respects where it's not centering, the woman's still not centering herself when we're applying these conventions and saying, oh, he pays all my bill. Like, come on now. That's not the issue.
But look, if that's your life, more power to you, sis. But I think everything can be right or good all at once, right? It's a judge-free zone here.
Well, I'm just saying, though, how great would it be if you were happy how you were paying your own bills, or you could, or it doesn't even matter, and you've got someone who's got your back and is supporting you in doing you, boo.
That's
like doing the you that needs to be done kind of doing.
That's very true.
And that is like the major radical shift that I had for between my 30s and my 40s was like I was certainly focused on that relationship from the perspective of things that I thought I was supposed to do and have and who the person was supposed to be. And then when I turned 40, I started centering myself and I was like, I kind of like me. Like I kind of feel like the things that I'm capable of doing, if properly supported, could help other people, could be important, could be valuable.
Right.
And that first support was me with myself, just allowing myself to dream, allowing myself to say, you know what I really want to be is a writer. That was an crazy kind of thing to even think, being a full-time writer, like that's a pipe dream. Like that's really nice, especially coming from a world of being a lawyer, being a corporate professional, which is what I was. And the first person who supported me in my vision of that was me.
Right.
I would like to thank myself.
You know what? A round of applause. Because same here. Like my dream of being in entertainment has always started with me, and I think I don't take it for granted. Mm-hmm. So you're absolutely right. It has to start with you. But it is always good to have that support, especially when it came to that big chop. Because I was really scared because I worked really hard on that new growth. And I was like, okay, so like, see this line of demarcation, clip here.
Like, do not go beyond.
Don't go beyond. And so then I had a tiny little fro for a long time. I started trying on wigs and or doing braids or so on and so forth. And my hair has gone through many transitions. But yeah, my natural hair journey is one of, I don't even really think that much about it anymore but the struggle was always trying to find a stylist. I had an amazing stylist in New York when I lived there, and I just found her right before I moved out here to LA. And I was like, oh my God. But I finally, I reconnected with someone, and she's my homegirl. Her name is also Nikki.
Oh.
And she's Nikki Alley Ray, and she has a booth or like a salon location in Beverly Hills, and she is the best. She's the best. And so that's why I was like, I'm not doing it because I'm going to Nikki, because Nikki's going to do it for me, because I'm not doing this for me.
There you go.
But
I love that for you.
Yeah. But anyways, okay. So let's get into the rest of what we have so many things we want to talk about today.
Okay, so I have the whole list in front of me. So then what I'm on right now.
Yes.
So that was what we were talking about, because you told me something that was related to something that I'm doing because I'm taking singing lessons.
That's right.
You told me that what you're on right now was surprising.
Because it's actually, again, I know we said we weren't going to talk about the election, but it's very
no, but everything that we talked about last week is, and I guess the if you're listening, we're friends.
Yeah.
We've been friends
for many years.
We bonded over hair. That's what needs. So but we'll tell that story. Yeah, we met. And
we'll do that. That's
another story for another episode.
But yeah, this Who knew?
Who knew?
Okay, so growing up, I listened to all kinds of music.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I just happened to come across Linkin Park showed up in my music algorithm.
Which was not one of my top 10 or 20.
I mean, Hybrid Theory was my shit.
See,
okay?
Girl, you look.
So Linkin Park.
We're diverse.
Linkin Park was it for me for a period of time. And I was listening to, the trend online where it was like, you're listening to like Adina Howard and you're like, why was I singing this song while I was 8? Like I had no business singing this song while I was 8.
No business.
But when Linkin Park.
Freak in the morning.
Why are we.
Freak in the evening.
What's
the last freak? Yeah.
Why
Freak
are we
like
singing
me.
that?
Yeah.
Why are we singing Freak Like Me at 9 years old or 10 years old?
It was catchy.
It was very catchy, but we had no business.
Yeah.
But Linkin Park, though, I have a new appreciation, rest in peace, Chester, for Linkin Park because I was listening to the lyrics and I was like, wow, this white boy rage, I can actually appreciate, right? And I was listening to...
We can't quote the lyrics. We can't perform them.
Dang, because like some of these lyrics, I'm like, yo.
You can like allude to it.
There was a line where he said something about where he wants to be, something about being I want to be away from the enemy, I want to be in the energy. I was like, I get that.
Yeah.
Or you want to say goodbye to someone and you just want to leave and not say goodbye. Like, I get that.
That was what it was, which is basically Out of Office. So who knew that our conversation last week?
Who knew that Linkin Park and who knew that Chester Bennington and Mike Shinoda
there you go.
And their lyrics
would be core concept.
The core concept of this podcast.
Yeah. We're Out of Office.
So I appreciate Linkin Park.
Thank you.
I also listened to a lot of, I think Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit was on heavy rotation on Wednesday.
Oh, interesting.
Oh,
because I was definitely listening to Marvin Sapp.
Well,
and all kinds of, I was listening to Wild Gospel. So it was literally, which, I'm like extra black in this way. When it all goes bad, I turn to gospel music. But not just like any gospel music, but at least the OGs.
Marvin, Fred Hammond. Were you listening to him?
I went back to Wild Gospel 2008. Listen.
Not Wild Gospel.
I did. I went back to Wild Gospel, like this.
Which volume?
I mean, it was like literally for 2008.
Volume 1.
I know.
Volume 1. Yeah, wow. Gospel.
Exactly.
Never would have made it. Okay.
Yeah. So I made it. It was. Yeah, I made it to. I was like, I don't even have the CD anymore, and I was just like, where should I go?
Wow.
And it got dark. It got bad. I mean, it was a lot.
So while you were listening to Marvin, I was listening to Chester screaming.
Oh, recently.
Like guttural.
Girl.
It was what I needed. I never thought that I'm not.
Now you understand though, because I never did understand.
That
but now
rage. But the thing is, I was singing these songs when the album dropped, so I'm like, I was not angry. But
interesting.
Who knew that white boy rage could channel black girl disappointment?
Boom. Who knew that white boy rage could channel black girl disappointment?
I did not. I was very surprised. But
white boy rage is the new voice for black
girl disappointment. Specific.
We on the same page.
Linkin Park.
Who would it see? People. There's a lot more that connects us than that would
that
would
a
divide
perfect
us.
example.
Exactly.
But okay. But tell us.
The
tell
voice
me more
lesson.
Yes, the voice lesson.
Girl. So listen. 2 things I learned in voice lesson. So
Why did you start voice lessons, by the way?
Oh, thank you for that question.
Okay.
Healing. So I decided to go back. Again, my books inspire me. I didn't realize this, and I think when I'm writing, I don't think about, I don't think where did something come from. I just kind of follow through. So for whatever reason, when I was writing about healing, and I think the philosophy that I have on healing and the philosophy that I have on what I put in my books is like, I have to take the journey myself. So if I'm going to write about healing, I have to be healing too. I have to at least, you can't write past what you personally have developed within yourself. And you can't develop characters beyond where you've developed, beyond where. you know, meaning like you can't reach a level of wholeness within your characters that you haven't reached. You can't. So, I mean, if I'm saying this as an author, if you're reading a book, like you should know who you're reading and you should want to know where are you in your journey because you can't get from the pages that they create more than where they have gone themselves in their personal healing journey.
I think that's why I responded to your book so much. The whole Black Girl series, and then the most recent, The Most Wonderful Time.
Well, I've been about that work. I mean, and I think it wasn't so intentional at the beginning, other than trying to create something that was going to acknowledge and be a source of support and some version of healing. I don't feel like Black Girls Must Exhausted is the like end point of healing, but I do think it's an on-ramp. But like for The Most Wonderful Time, it's really, I have been doing so much healing work since 2016 when I first started this. So now we're, 8 years later.
Yeah.
And when I was writing about this healing journey for these characters, I didn't know that it was going to take me on my own journey. And part of healing and the philosophy I was writing about was going back to get the things that you believed were broken. I was like, I want it all back. Everything that I feel like was taken from me or I didn't get to do or whatever, I'm going to have no regrets. So one of the things I always wanted to do was be able to sing. And I'm like, well, I felt like that's silly. And I was an executive in the music industry and I was a lawyer in the music industry and supposed to be a very serious person. But I mean, now I'd like, who's going to tell me no? Like, why would I not do this for myself? So I found, I just don't want to be sitting there being like, oh yeah, I can't sing. I'm going to be like, yes, I can. And what would you like me to sing? Would you like me to sing the Lord's Prayer? Would you like me to sing Grace? Would you like me to sing Happy Birthday? Remember, people are like, can anybody sing Happy Birthday?
Oh
yes,
my gosh.
I can.
You're like, I want to be the Jill of all trades.
I will be that. Yes, I am she is me. So,
so
that's where it came from. And I found a voice. It's just not that hard. I think that the things that we think are not meant for us, in particular, like, singing, surfing, which, I wrote about, I tried, like, why isn't it? And the thing that's stopping us becomes this thing we've internalized that we just sit on but don't challenge or investigate. So I found a phenomenal voice teacher. Shout out to Tanisha Hall, Whitehall Arts Academy. I hope I'm saying that right. But she's an amazing teacher. So I've had 6 lessons, and what I'm on. So in my voice lessons, we sing a song every week. So we started out with Luther Vandross' "Never Too Much."
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it sounds
the classics.
Yes, the classics, and just different genres we've been hopping around. So I did Angie Stone. Wish I didn't miss you, honey. I was like, she hexed him.
Stop it.
It is a hex.
Stop. Stop. Just keep. Stop.
No,
just
I was like,
pushing.
I felt bad about. When you listen to the lyrics after the fact, like you were telling me, I was like, whoa, like she hates that man. She hates that man. I'm like, I don't even know how that I feel about
to this man.
Sorry to this man. And I was like, I feel bad.
Read the lyrics, y'all.
Now we know. I'm like, D'Angelo disappeared for years. And you know why?
These lyrics?
We need to check the dates.
Stop it.
We need to check the dates of this song.
This is not funny.
It's true.
But
I was like, you really, once you start really singing something, you pay attention. And I was like,
seriously?
Now I have an explanation. So I'm like, yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, these lyrics, like music really, you're just like, what? There was a Tupac song, Keep Your Head Up. Same thing.
Mm-hmm. He knew.
He's a prophet. That whole section where he was like, we're going to create a generation of men that are going to hate the ladies that make the babies.
Yeah.
Sir.
Listen.
I mean, it is really, it's really, when you really take a moment to listen to these lyrics and you gain a new appreciation as you get older. And so, but also I'm also like, there's going to be some songs that I'm not going to play around Lisbon because she does not need to know what these lyrics are.
Yeah, but she's going to find them. Because evidently they're all going back and finding all the songs we used to listen to. And there's just some songs that I listened to in college. And I remember Mystical, for example. And I was like, this is rapey. Like, you know, like this is not right. And one of my friends, I don't want to identify it because if I say who it is, it would be clear who the person is. But she would never dance to the song. Even when we were like 19 years old or whatever in college, she would just be like,
because she knew
she would like stand there with her arms folded.
She'd be like, not on my watch.
In protest.
She's like Iyanla Vanzant. Not. She's Iyanla Vanzant that told Hazel to sing those lyrics to what was it, Dorothy Dandridge?
Oh, to try to bring her. Listen,
that's what your friend was.
Listen, she was. You're like, that's what
she's like, stand in front of Coretta Scott King and sing those mystical lyrics.
Right.
She's like,
she would be in the.
She's like,
I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing
like,
not. Yeah, you can shake her boot. Yep. You can
she was like, not to this song. I mean, and the rest of it. But yeah, so.
Hilarious.
I've had conscious friends, but I feel like some of these songs, everybody's going to wind up going back and hearing all this stuff, and I think this era in particular that we're in is going to be very embarrassing years from now.
Very, very, very embarrassing.
Very embarrassing.
But anywho, moving on.
Yeah, moving on. So we have a Jesus Take the Wheel segment.
Yes.
I feel like we already did that segment.
Yeah, we did. We did. We don't want to rehash it.
We don't need to talk about that anymore.
We can move on. But we can talk about our next segment, which is what's good.
What's good. Let's talk about what's good.
And I have one that I would love everyone to watch. I have a newfound appreciation for Martha Stewart.
Oh, I saw that. It was so interesting.
I mean, she really is that girl.
She's that girl.
She been that girl.
She's that girl.
And the level of unbothered that she had,
she's kind of high
that
though
she
now,
displayed
in the past or currently, because I was like,
in general, like I'm watching her and she's like this. She's just unbothered.
I feel like she started smoking weed though, and I think she needed that before.
Whatever it is, this lady sat up there and was like, "This is boring. Can we move on?" I'm like, "Oh."
You know what? Okay, so
it's a great doc. R.J. Cutler did his thing. It's a great doc.
It is a fantastic documentary, and I'm glad that you also saw it because I did watch it, and I was fascinated also to see her generational response to things because where it was emotional for her, I watched her steel herself and just say, you know, that wasn't good, but the depth of where that emotional wound was, to me, you know, I wish that she had agency to like really actually talk about and say like that hurt me very badly. Like you could see in her writing.
Those letters.
The letters. And I was just like,
you're absolutely right.
Oh my God.
I think that at the end of the day, I think she always knew what she was doing. And she knew she bet on herself the whole time. She was definitely disappointed. There were moments where I was like, but I think what I really enjoyed about the documentary was how honest she was. I think you're right. She could have done more, but the fact that she allowed us to see those letters in her handwriting.
Right.
I don't think she voiced them. I think someone else did. But like the fact that she shared that.
Oh, some of it
was huge.
Yeah.
My favorite moment was when she decided to kiss that random dude in the Duomo and when she was on her honeymoon.
Right, exactly. Yeah, she's like, it was just a kiss in the cathedral. We should just spoil this for people.
Okay, sorry. Just watch the documentary. I have a newfound appreciation of her, and I think her vision and how many people bit off of her vision too.
Of course. But when you are making a generational shift from what is expected of you, in particular as a woman, and I can relate to this as a Black woman
from humble beginnings too. And I didn't know
she came from humble beginnings. She built that from scratch, and she said she felt entitled to beauty in her life, and that was what she delivered to women. And I think this is also speaks to what we're doing. I think there's a reason why this resonates with us in that we feel entitled, and I think it is a new and radical idea to say and feel entitled to rest and recuperation and to not sign up for the battle. To say the battle is not mine, it's the Lord's for right now.
Okay.
And look.
Get someone else to do it.
Amen. Listen.
His name is Jesus.
Hey.
His name is Jesus.
Not me. Call on him.
Come on and get someone else to do it. Hey, name is Jesus.
Because I'm out of office.
His name is Jesus.
We out of office.
Come on and get.
Are you like making this up on the spot? This might be a jingle that we need.
It's actually, I think we should probably incorporate this.
Did you just make this up?
I did.
That's talent.
That's
part of our jingles. I'll learn it.
We're creators.
I'll take it to my voice lesson. I'm like, I need to match these notes.
Come on and get someone else to do it.
Hey. That was the right ad-lib. Every time I feel like dropping the ad-libs, I'm feeling like, what would Migos do? And so...
What would Migos do?
What would Migos do?
How did Migos enter the group
Because
chat?
they're like the kings of ad-libs, right? So like when you have a song...
Hilarious.
We're going to record that professionally. But so we'll put a pin in that.
God,
Get someone else to do it. Because that is...
His name is Jesus.
That's going to be our theme song. Listen, we just need a producer. Hit us up. We don't even have an email address for our podcast yet.
We'll get there.
Yeah,
we'll get there.
Yeah, find us. Okay, so what else is good is what else is good. So I know that I am probably world of one on this, or maybe there's people like me.
World of one.
But I am going to be the last viewer of Love is Blind.
Hilarious.
I am going to watch it until there are no more episodes, until I will be the one to turn the lights on, until the last golden goblet has broken in the sink. I am going to watch this series.
I left that show I can't anymore. Listen, you better than me because I couldn't do it.
Well, I know, but for me, I just can't stop watching it. I have so much to say about it and the relationships, but that's not for this. We'll save that because I can talk about Love is Blind for hours. I was there on the first episode, and I'm just saying right now, I'll be there for the last. Okay, so what else? What else is good?
You're hilarious.
What else is good? Is there a podcast, a song, a book that there was a book you said you were recommending?
Yeah, but let me read it first because I don't want to be up on here and be like, this book is great.
Oh,
and then,
I should say my book is good. You read my book. I'm going to say that.
Your book?
Yeah.
The Most Wonderful Time?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
You're talking about the other book. Yeah, I know. The other book that you told me about.
Oh, yeah. No.
Yet.
I want to finish it. But The Most Wonderful Time is a great book.
I'm going to say that's going to be my what's good.
Yeah.
For this.
It is.
I got to, no, I think it is.
Okay. Yeah.
I read it like 20 times in editing.
I've read it multiple times. It is a nice.
I'm listening to audio.
It's like a warm. It is a cup of hot chocolate.
I love that.
It is a cup.
With a healthy dose of acknowledgement of bias and racism.
Yeah. But it also has great sex scenes. You write a good sex scene, girl.
That's my focus. I mean, I was like, I really want to. I wanted to write sex really, really well.
Yeah,
I'm
you did it.
Continue to do this.
You did it
because I've been threatening to write an erotica novel for years.
I'm here for it.
I'm not kidding. I'm going to do it.
No,
my new books are going to be even hotter.
You write a very, 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 very. It was very steamy. Those sex scenes. I really hope it does get an adaptation, on-screen adaptation, because I think it's The Holiday. If you like the movie The Holiday is like one of my favorites
with brown people
and
a relevance to the diversity.
100%, but it's very much that and then some. And I read your book. I don't think I read a book that fast ever. Like I read your book so fast I couldn't put it down.
Then. Thank you, Nikki.
I couldn't put it down. It's a fun, and I'm really not saying this as a friend. I literally read things all day long.
I know.
And I thoroughly enjoyed it. And not only did I enjoy it, but my in-laws enjoyed it.
Oh, they finished it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
My mother-in-law enjoyed it. My father-in-law finished it. Jackson's about to read it. Everybody's about to read it.
That makes me so happy. Well, I hope that I can say, even though in particular, because I wrote it, and I'm a type A person, and we don't do things halfway. I think it's really great. I love it. And I'm listening to the audiobook myself. Yes. And I am enjoying the listen. So I think I'm going to do that next.
Listen to the audiobook.
You should. Mela Lee is the narrator, and she's narrated so many. She's so good. I honestly, sometimes when I've been listening to it, I've teared up because it made me just, I don't know why it made me so emotional, because I was like, it was so good. And I was like, I wrote those words. And I mean, it was like, I was like, oh my gosh, I can use words to make something like this, and like to just hear how another artist like interprets those words, and how she just is she did such an amazing job.
I love that for
you.
And
it made me very emotional. So that is my what's good for this week. And we are almost done. So I think that
we should ratchet up. Ratchet up.
List.
Bucket list.
New bucket list item.
Yeah. So I was inspired. There is a couple that was on the Travel Noir IG. Mm-hmm. And these ladies, shout out to y'all. I have a pretty lofty bucket list. But these ladies were like, hold my beer. They bought a luxury resort in Bali with cash.
Black women.
I think they're black women. With cash.
Well, it's Travel Noir, right?
Yeah, it's Travel Noir. So black people. The name says.
I'm like,
that's true. Travel Noir. But they
deductive logic.
They bought a luxury resort in Bali, and it's gorgeous. And I've never had an interest going to Bali because I do my research. And look, the thing is that side of the world, they have a tendency to have the most poisonous insert whatever here. Oh. And so I've seen videos online where it's like the Bali they don't show you. And then it's like, thousands of spiders suspended in webs.
Oh no, I've been to Bali. That I can see how that would be frightening, because that would deter me.
Yeah.
I did go. I was in Nusa Dua and I was in Ubud. I went and I traveled. The most significant thing that happened to me was at a monkey, which I did pay for this because I did go to the monkey garden, or
I've done that before in Costa Rica.
Okay, and so it climbed up my leg and onto my shoulder, and that was different. So, but other than that, I did not see, and I'm afraid of large bugs, which is why I haven't been to Costa Rica. Because
they're there. Because I've been to Costa Rica.
Because I heard about the bugs that will burrow into your scalp, and I was like, I'm good on this forever.
We'll save that.
Yeah, never. I'm good. Thank you. I know Costa Rica is a beautiful place. One day. This is irrational. I acknowledge it's wrong. I'm saying it. But if you introduce me to a place in conversation, and the first thing you want to talk about is the scalp burrowing bugs, and that is how you are going to submit my first impression of this place, I ain't going.
Chances are you're not going to go.
I ain't going.
But you know what? I saw this resort. I looked at this resort. Kudos to them. It is beautiful.
Bucket list activated.
Yeah.
Bucket list item activated.
So I haven't added new things to my bucket list. It's pretty much the same thing. I want to own a vineyard. I want to make wine. I want to make Scotch whiskey. You're about to be like
the destination of all things good, which is great because this is what we're talking about.
Correct. Mm-hmm. But I really want to think about new things that I want to add to my list. I haven't really thought more about what that looks like, but there was a place that came on my radar that I'm just like, I need to go there. And it's this place in Norway called Sommerøy. I think it's called Sommerøy, but it's the only place in the world where time really doesn't exist.
Ooh, time doesn't exist.
Yeah, because of where it sits in the world and the act. Listen, I'm not scientific at all.
Oh wait, time doesn't, like literally time doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist because of where it sits in the world.
So what did they do for time?
So that is something I cannot answer at the moment. But in the summer, for 69 days, it's light.
All 69 days.
Endless daytime.
Is that similar? Is that Iceland too, similarly?
Let's say, for the sake of this conversation, yes, let's say that.
I'm with it.
But it is gorgeous, and in the winter times, the nights are long, but I'm not going to go there.
69 days of straight sunlight.
69 days of summer.
I'm with that. Okay, so I like this bucket list item.
So I'm going to add that as a travel destination.
For us.
Yes.
I would love to. Out of office. 69 days of
Go to
summer.
Sumerøy in Norway.
You want to be out of office.
I'm gonna be out of office in Norway.
I know.
In the summer.
I'm going to Norway. I actually literally did craft a out of office that I was going to put on my email.
Oh, for real?
But I didn't do it. I was going to post it on social. I literally have been out of office, and I should have put the autoresponder, but I'm like so far out of office that I didn't even do that. It's just like I just have been taking, unfortunately, a while to respond to emails. So if anybody is waiting for a response from me,
we'll just answer them on Monday.
it will happen.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the new bucket list activated. So, mine is, I have so many. I'm doing my singing lessons, but I think my new item is probably surfing. I'm like a daily bucket list adder tour.
I need to be more like you because I still have the same dream. I still have the wine and the scotch, but like I need to add more, which is why I was motivated by these ladies. But I remember you showing that video of you surfing, that lesson that you took, and the fact that you got on the board on your first day is huge.
But I want to go back.
But I think yes, I love that for you.
I love that. I love that for me too. I hope that other people will be joining me out there on the surf. I went to this thing that is called A Great Day in the Stoke. That is it's in its third year, and it brings together all kinds of Black surfers from the African diaspora. I mean, people came from Brazil, people came from Africa,
that's awesome.
Senegal, like everywhere, to Huntington Beach, California, to do this competition. And I went last year when I was researching this book. First of all, when you picture a surfer, obviously you're not going to picture what I saw on that beach. It was hundreds of people. It was like watching the Black Panther walk around, but like in replica. Like everybody was the Black Panther. Body for day, like looking like the Avengers, but they're all Black Panthers.
Are you
just
saying
walk around
this
their
is a
wetsuits.
spot for people to...
If you're, to go...
Black women to find their person?
Hey.
Okay. Ooh.
I'm saying.
Okay.
If, meet me there next year, I'm not saying I'm looking.
Because you chose.
You were. I'm
You're chose.
I'm accounted for.
Yes.
However.
Yes.
I feel like we all have, if you want to see something, a sight, if you like Black Panther and you want to see more.
If you like...
If you want to see what that could be. If you want to be all you can be and see all you can see.
Oh my gosh. Go to
That's a sight to see.
Day in the Stoke.
That's a great day. It was a great day.
You know the trend that there was like, I joined a running club and then you saw like a compilation.
That's right.
So this is a version of that.
People have no idea.
Wow. Really?
Yes. If people knew, they would be there and I didn't see them. So I'm just like, listen.
Then you got to go where they are.
They got to go where that is.
Listen.
And where they are.
I think that's a great way to end this podcast.
You got to go where that is.
You got to go where that is.
And where they are. That's right. That's right. So
you got to be where the money resides. And you also got to be where they at.
Where they at. That's where you got to be.
No,
if you're not there, everybody.
Well, personally,
not you.
You
chose to, but I'm saying
but
in life.
You're right.
This is a concept for life. You got to be where they at. You got to be where they at.
That is
where
right.
that is.
That is right. That is.
We gotta close in something that is applicable.
The takeaway is
general application.
This is the
you
takeaway.
You gotta be where that.
You gotta be where they at.
Where they at and where that is.
And where that is.
Boom.
Okay. Boom.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay. Next week we'll
pick it up where we left off.
Next week.
In the meantime, we're gonna continue to be out of office.
Out of office. Get somebody else
with
Jayne
and Nikki.
Thank you
guys. Bye.
Bye.